Welcome back. My name's Eric. You're watching the sponsored streamer event here on YouTube Gaming. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for sponsoring us with an account full of the cards. We're currently in the middle of some Judith the Goblin Queen gameplay, so hope everybody enjoys. And let's get back to it. Where's chat? Refresh chat. Chat. But I've lost you, chat. Where's my chat? Oh my goodness. No, I don't have chat. Alright. Theater of Horrors, Goblin Crater Maker, Goblin Chain Whirler, Legion Warboss. This is a bad Chain Whirler hand, isn't it? We can get into Crater Maker into the Warboss if we hit another card. I don't know. I don't know, chat. Are we not working? Are we down? There we go. Yeah, you'd mull. I think I would multi. Like the double Goblin Chain Whirler seems bad. Seems very bad. So let's mulligan that. Oh my goodness. I don't think I can mulligan again. I'm going to keep it just because I need that second land. At least we can get into Fanatical Firebrand here. So, um, yeah. Why isn't chat working? Fanatical Firebrand might be perfect right here. There we go. Alright, so as of right now, I cannot see chat. So, we're against Offer All VIP. Pelt Collector. Well, that's a dude. Well, so I can Crater Maker to make him not want to swing with his Pelt Collector. Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, even if he gets a one counter on his Pelt Collector, he probably won't want to swing it in. Maybe he will. I want to know why my chat ain't working. Like, I cannot see you guys. I cannot see chat. I'm going to have to do a pop-out chat just so I can see it. Rhythm of the Wild. I may just kill this Pelt Collector. I think I will. I don't know why everything's running so horribly. Like everyone's saying that everything's horrible. I'm showing that we've got really good output, and I don't know what's going on. Gruul Spellbreaker. Yep, that's a card. Has Riot, Hexproof Riot Trample. 4/4 with haste. He's getting some. That's brutal. That is very brutal. He does have trample as well. I think I keep bashing in. Maybe keep going wide. How's it going so far? Having fun, Robbie? We're having a blast. Having a problem getting some things to work right. Like stream seems to be a little bit crazy this morning. Um, oh wow, Gruul Harpooner with Riot. So he gets to take advantage of all of those spells in the graveyard. Give all of these creatures haste. Yeah, this is pretty good for him. So if I block, we kill one, and then we take 9. I guess so. Now this and him are the only two things that have. Okay, so that's not horrible. I'm just not getting the lands that I need. So next turn I could. Well, I can't block Spellbreaker and do that. Yeah, we're just gonna die to Spellbreaker here. Just didn't hit enough lands. Yeah. I guess we just Instigator again. We could take 3 and put everything in front of him. Apparently it's just good game though. Apparently he just has all the things. All the things. And we just take all the damage. Technically we're not dead. Like, just because he said good game, I'll survive one more turn. Doesn't matter where we put him. He's got trample either way, so yeah. We get to kill this, chump block that, and we're dying on the backswing. So, yeah. And GG and GG. But we're at 1. We weren't dead yet. Now, however, we're dead. Yay! Theater of Horrors. Nice. GG. I concede. Yeah. You made a Simic Ascendancy deck list that feels kind of dicey, and an Esper Treasure control deck that looks solid. I hope those are over on the Reddit. Towards the end of the night, we will be pulling those. So is this Rakdos Goblins or Burn? This is Judith the Goblin Queen. For those of you that didn't get a chance to see this deck when I went over it earlier, I'll pull it up really quick. Judith the Goblin Queen. Where are you at, Judith? All right. So the idea or the premises behind this deck is that everything in this deck can pretty much sacrifice itself. So we have like Skirk Prospectors that can sacrifice the other goblins. We have Fanatical Firebrand that can sacrifice itself. You have Judith on the battlefield that deals 2 damage. Dark Dweller Oracle can give us a little bit more card advantage. Goblin Crater Maker can sack itself, do damage to an opponent. Or kill Karn, something like that. If it sacks itself and you got Judith on the battlefield, you can deal up to 3 damage to something. We've got Legion Warboss to just make extra bodies. The bodies parts kind of taking advantage of the +1/+0 on Judith, that sort of thing. This was just a version of a Judith deck that I wanted to try out. I wanted to be able to get some Theater of Horrors games in. I want to see how good that card is. So yeah. We've got a Macabre Mockery. We've got some Siege Gang Commanders, things like that. So we're going to play one more with this deck, and then I'm going to move on to other things. We'll move on. So Midnight Reaper is not in this particular deck. This deck was more I was trying to stick around, more the tribal idea. Now, you guys are going to see a lot of the cards that you're talking about. A lot of the cards you're talking about, we're going to see those when we get over to the Mardu visitation deck, which is, or the Mardu Judith deck. So we'll see more of that there. All right. Well, we got lands. We can play Judith. We might be able to get into our Theater of Horrors. We'll see if it looks like everyone is playing Gruul. So we'll see. A lot of Gruul being played. That's a 2-drop, right? We just get to follow up with a 2-drop. Dark Dweller Oracles seems like it's going to be pretty good with Judith. I mean, it's a great sack outlet. It's when we were talking about Judith and the spoilers and stuff, we were looking at some other. Yeah, we're just slamming Judith here. So if our opponent goes like red land, board sweeper here, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. He still takes 3 damage, but yeah, that. All right, Ritual of Rejuvenation, gain 4 life, draw a card. I think I can bring this in, tap this turn, and then we'll just play Legion Warboss. We'll make a token. Start getting sideways. We may lose Judith here. Maybe it was better that I actually paid to keep this open so I could have sacked something. We do have Settle the Wreckage we got to play around. So no. Yeah, he said good game, but we're probably swinging into a settle. Right, so we're going to be swinging with that. We're going to be swinging with the token. I'm even going to swing with Dark Dweller. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll trade it. So if he goes settle, see, there we go. What I'm going to do here is we're going to go, yes, we want to use the ability. I'm going to sack the Fanatical Firebrand. Judith will give us a trigger. We get to have another Judith available. We'll say yes to this as well. We'll sack the Dark Dweller Oracle. And then we'll let the 2 tokens become additional lands for us. And we get another Goblin Instigator. Settle for 2. We'll take the action. We'll take red, since we already have some black sources. We take some red. We can play these cards this turn. So, might as well get this Goblin Instigator out. This will put him on having to have more like settle type cards next turn. Cleansing Nova. Nice little burn action. So let's just refill everything. And then we'll pass the turn. All gas for us. Token swings only. I did figure that he had settled the wreckage. Definitely figured that he had settled the wreckage, but I thought we were kind of safe to get in there on the settle the wreckage. Good time to get our Theater of Horrors down, which will help us do additional damage. We've got a ton of land that will work well with our Theater of Horrors. He does need to worry about this now, as we could, potentially the rest of the way here. I mean, he does have like the revitalize cards. He's got the ritual of rejuvenation, so he could gain some life. That is highly feasible. All right. There's a land. So we're just going to swing out. All right, so he settles. We'll do 1 point of damage to the opponent. And I'm going for it. I mean, I assume he's got some type of counter. He did not. All right. Okay, so no rush. We can't like. I'm gonna try my best to not be an asshole today. Wizards made it really clear that we should just be we should just have fun. Play with the new cards. This is not a competitive event. This is a showcase. So let's showcase the cards. Let's play with some of the new cards. Like you guys got a chance to see. Yeah. You guys got a chance to see the Judith deck. All in all, what'd you think about the Judith deck? Those of you that got a chance to see it. Judith Goblins, do you think there's something there? I'm sure there's ways that you would build it differently. Some other things. So, what do you guys think? Yeah, the packs. I don't think we can. I don't think we can buy anything. Okay, so the Haunt of Hightower is the buy a box promo. Okay, well, the buy a box promo. I don't know why they allow us to be able to get gems. Like this is new. Like the new layout for the store here. This is very new. I kind of like it. Looks pretty sweet. We do have 90,000 gems that we can play around with. So if you guys want to just do some stuff later, we're gonna have a section of today where we're doing sealed, and once the sealed thing's over, we won't really have much use for the gems at that point, and then we can just kind of do whatever you guys want. If you want to do pack openings or something, we'll just open them for funds. So it's just for some funsies. Anyway, as of right now, we're gonna jump into another one. Teamer mid range, calling it right now to top the meta this season. You might be right. You very well could be right. The Gruul decks look like they are going to be very devastating. We have run into a couple of the Gruul decks so far. Looks like everyone's wanting to play Gruul. We just played Rakdos, so we're about to jump into some Gruul. I've got 2 Gruul decks for you guys right off the bat. I'll let chat decide whether or not they want to play deck 1 or deck 2. So deck 1 here is a lot like the deck we just seen our opponent play. This is Rhythm of the Wild is the basic, everyone's going to be running Rhythm of the Wild. Reclamation Sage is going to be it's going to be knuck and butts. It really is. Reclamation Sage is going to be great. Everyone is playing Rhythm of the Wild. They're playing all of these other enchantments and stuff. So, but anyway, here's deck one. This is a Gruul deck that we're running Rhythm of the Wild, we're running Spellbreakers, we've got the Harpooner Rhythm of the Wild combo, which we've seen that work very well against us in the last game. Guy played two Harpooners with only a couple creatures in the graveyard. He's swinging with 5/2s with haste. So that's pretty sweet. This particular deck's got some of the Hellkites in it. I was really interested in playing with this card. This card looks like it's going to be pretty good, especially with something like Rhythm of the Wild, so that we can make it a 5/5 and we can give it haste, so it gets its +1/+1 counter and it has haste, that sort of thing. We've got Regisaur Alpha, which works really well with the the other aspects. It gives us kind of like that secondary form of haste for our Brontodons, our Carnage Tyrants. We've got Galta, Rhythm of the Wild, and Galta being able to just bring Galta out with haste. We've done that in the past with Regisaur Alpha, and it's pretty mean. A little bit of protection here and some lava coils, a little bit of ramp with Land of War Elves, but we've got Domri Raid, which Domri Raid, we can, have multiple copies of Riot thanks to Domri Raid, and the creatures having Riot on them already. So this is the Riot mid-range deck, or Riot Dinosaurs, and then the other version of Gruul I have for you guys is a Gruul aggro deck, and nope, this is, oh man, I pulled the same deck. It's the same deck. All right, so one or two. There you go. We're playing this. Yep. Looks like I pulled the same deck as Gruul aggro and Gruul mid range. This is a pretty sweet version anyway. So we'll go play this. So Gruul. Judith the Goblin Queen was sweet. Like I think that with a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of information on how the meta is going to technically go down, like how the meta is going to lay out, that'll change things. So we should be able to know a little bit more, um, about like how we should play games, how we should have our main board set up, things like that. So some Mardu mid-range would be good. I've got a couple Mardu decks. I've got a Mardu Angels build, which is basically I took an old Red-White Angels deck, updated it to the new with all the new cards, splash black in the deck, put some good removal spells and such in there. Yeah, I'm keeping this. This is a good hand. It's turn 2 Rhythm of the Wild, turn 3 Brontodon with Flash. Ooh. Wizards. I'm going to pay the 2 life. So, Benthic Biomancer, this is a really sweet card. I've got it in my Merfolk list because if you get a Merfolk or Deep Root Elite, you get to put counters on this every single turn. And putting counters on this every turn is kind of exactly where you want to be. Oh, sweet! Oh yeah, that's nice. Nice. He is running Simic Ascendancy. That's going to be cool. I am going to go ahead and play Rhythm of the Wild here. That should smooth things out for us for the near future. So that first part there, creature spells we control can't be countered. That's going to be pretty good. And then our other effect is we can give things haste. We can do a lot. So ooh, he put the counter on. How did he put that counter on? Oh, he just adapted it. He just adapted. Ooh, throwing away Carnage Tyrant. Somebody needs some land. Okay. Well, So there's a little combo here. I could play Growth Chamber Guardian. Growth Chamber Guardian automatically getting a +1/+1 counter on it. I can go get another Growth Chamber Guardian. I could play Brontodon, which I think is the better play, and just start crashing in. I kind of like that. Or I could make a 4/5 Brontodon and do work from there. I mean, just bigger dudes seem pretty good here. Because I expect him to have like Jade Light Rangers and things like that once he finally gets started. So feels so good to not to have to worry about counters. Well, there you go. Rhythm of the Wild. Creature spells you control can't be countered. I almost didn't put the 1/1 counter on Brontodon just because I expect that I'll probably have to blow it up at some point. Hadana's Climb, also another really good card with this Merfolk. Being able to, discard like draw cards and then discard cards to make sure you're hitting your land drops and things like that seems really, really good. Definitely may have to destroy that. Definitely may have to destroy that. Not hitting lands, though. This is being a little bit of a nightmare. So we can Growth Chamber Guardian here and just go get the other Growth Chamber Guardian. So I'll put a +1/+1 counter on Growth Chamber Guardian. It'll trigger. We'll get another Growth Chamber Guardian. We had a land on top of our library. Hopefully the Arena Shuffler will leave the forest up there. Cancel. I just want to go to combat. You feel like he's playing mono blue but with black. Okay, so it's blue green. He's got Hadana's Climb and Simic Ascendancy. We've seen Carnage Tyrant and Growth Spiral. So I don't feel that at all. I don't feel that he's playing like mono blue with black. Deck thinning. Now he's got a 4/4. This thing's growing. He's going to flip the Hadana's Climb, which may be enough to just kill us outright. I mean, that could do it. Like, he may just be able to kill us with this Hadana's Climb. My question is, does he swing in here? He does need to get 20 counters on this, though. So maybe I should have sacked the Thrashing Brontodon right there before the flip. Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on. Watch, it's going to show me a land on top. Nope, it was a Gruul Spellbreaker. But I think I could have cast Gruul Spellbreaker. I mean, the good news is I keep getting cards that I can cast, so it's not horrible. Wait until Karasis comes down and Ascendancy gets stacked. Fair enough. I mean, the Karasis could definitely do some stuff. 2 Lizfrogs and it'd be game over with Ascendancy. Well, Lizfrog is a 5 mana card, so we're a long way from 2 Lizfrogs. And I do have Enchantment Hate on the battlefield. So you just threw away 2 Frilled Mystics. Wing The Temple of Araska. He's coming in. Yep. The beating and like commences right now. We just never hit land. Oh, look. There's pretty much nothing that can be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're dead on crackback, right? Haste. Haste. Yeah, like, we're dead here, though. It's only 12. It's not enough. Not enough to kill him, and he just kills us on the backswing. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. GG, sir. I know he's got a stream, so like, kind of want to let most of my opponents finish today. You know, get in for their swings. Nice, GG. We need a fifth Hellkite, right? Yeah. Why not hold the harpooner back? It has reach. Fair enough. Like that definitely could have bought me a little bit more time. Actually, that's pretty. That was pretty reasonable there, McFats. Maybe I should have held the harpooner back. I had pretty much already checked out of that game. Oh, Benefit Biomancer is real. That's a wizard merfolk mutant. Um, I really expect that card to be real. Doesn't look like the greatest hand in the world. We don't have any aggression. Domri Raid could change that though, so could have won next turn. Yeah, I had already checked out of that game. That punt's on me. I'm gonna keep this. Probably shouldn't keep this hand, but I'm going to. We're gonna try for the Land of War play here. Hopefully we get something. All right, so we got a Memorial to Genius. We didn't get much, but I'll accept. All right. So if we put a +1/+1 counter on it, this thing's got to survive 3 turns to make up the damage. I think it survives 3 turns. If we go haste, we're getting in for more points of damage early. I'm going to go with the counters. I think it'll survive 3 turns. Because it's on turn 2, I think that we have enough time to get in for a couple points. Haste it? Haste it? Okay. Well, if it dies before 3 swings, then turn 2, 3/3. Yeah. Well, turn 2, 3/3 is really good. You really just need to boil it down to, do you think it survives 3 turns or not? And it did not. All right. Let's go get some more options. Some good options here. You get to take 2. It's pretty good. So, do we haste it or do we put a +1/+1 counter on it? I think we'll go haste. Alright, so nice little turn 4 Carnage Tyrant out of nowhere. Alpha? Are you guys serious? Are you guys serious? You want me to play the Regisaur Alpha? Get out of here. Get out of here with that. So by the way, we have alright. I'm just gonna let all of you know that I am like so close to just like I want to go make a mana with this, play the other Domri, make another mana with that one, and then play a Spellbreaker with Riot 3 on it or something like that. But I'm not going to. We're going to go Domri Raid, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, Regisaur Alpha. I think we go Spellbreaker here. I think we just Spellbreaker. Like, I have to play a Spellbreaker this turn, guys, because I have to play around Settle the Wreckage. So we play a Spellbreaker. He's going to absorb it. All right, cool. So we're going to play another Spellbreaker. And we'll go haste on this one. And all-out attack. Your go, opponent. Your go. You want to see Domri Emblem give you 4/4s each. Okay, so that doesn't exactly work. Alright, he's tapped out. He scoops it up. We just play Regisaur Alpha and go from there. Wait. Yeah, Riot stacks internet. I said that in my spoiler videos. Like, I found all these different rules for you guys. You know, because that's what judges are supposed to do. They're supposed to go, like, read the new mechanics and figure out how they work. So I was working on figuring out the new mechanics. And, yeah, Riot stacks. Riot. So what do you guys think about Gruul aggro so far? Right? Gruul looks to be the new red. I think it's the new Golgari, actually, but I'll give you that. The new red seems perfectly fine. I mean, the deck is absolutely broken. I mean, we just easily got into a turn 4 Carnage Tyrant. This hand will not be as good, but could still be quite decent. We're not going to be able to do anything turn 2. Like, this is actually a bad hand because we don't have the mana to be able to, like, play things early. But yeah, you just posted your Esper deck for the stream event. Sweet. Rush says, looks like my bank account's about to take a hit because I'm buying a playset of Domri. Right? Yeah. Can we submit decks to be played? Yes, you can. If you got decks you want to be played, submit those. The nightly show tonight, I'm going to be playing, decks brewed by you guys, so you can go ahead and submit those. I am going to mulligan this hand just because of the mana. It seems a little bit. Oh wow, it got worse. We were on the play, so maybe we could have made it work. Mulligan down to Oblivion and keep. I'm going to put Brontodon on the bottom. Wow, I should have kept that first hand. Yep. That's magic. Yeah. Our opponent's got us here. Ole. What's up, Rodrigo? You gotta go. Lunchtime is over. See you later. Magic Cafe. Well, have a good one, sir, and we'll see you soon, I hope. I'm just gonna kill this. Yeah, I should have kept that first hand. Even if it would have been slower, it would have been better than what we got going on right now. Another Growth Chamber Guardian. Alright, we're starting to get somewhere. Definitely going to go ahead and get in. Yeah, the hand is butt. The hand is definitely butt. I guess he's mono green. I can't for the life of me see like why you would want to play mono green right now. The mana is so good. But apparently he's wanting to just adapt these Growth Chamber Guardians and make 4/4s and do those cool things. I am going to be putting the +1/1 counter on our Skargan scale hell that thing. The Hellkite. I think I just play my creatures out this turn. We'll go no attacks. I assume at some point he has to start attacking us. Now he can play a Growth Chamber Guardian and activate its ability. So, like, all in the same turn, which is pretty decent. I mean, that's not a bad 5 mana play. I mean, you're paying 5 mana for a 4/4 and getting a card. So, yeah, adapt is instant speed. Adapt is instant speed. So, another reason, that, adapt is higher on the list than like Spectacle and things like that. Like, if you could Spectacle in some of these cards, like pay their Spectacle cost at instant speed, that'd be pretty broken. Like, I think that would be really good. If he plays the Ooze, we're screwed. Yeah. Yeah, the Ooze would be devastating. That the Ooze is pretty much devastating anyway. So, well, I'm paying the life. I'm taking the +1/1 counter. The reason I'm taking the +1/1 counter is because I need the effects. I am worried about him having cards like Crawl Harpooner, which seems to have gone up in value. Oh my goodness, he's actually a Gruul deck. With the worst draw, he could possibly have 5 forest in a row, and then he hits his mountain. That's what a thing. Look at this shadow. Shadow pops up on the table. Where's our little scorpions and stuff, huh? Where's our toys to play with? Why don't we have like VIP deck backs? Come on. That's pretty cool. Wizards gave us these other accounts. Sideboard MTG VIP. Makes me feel important. Whatever. So, do we just start swinging here? This cost 4 to activate. I don't want to swing with Growth Chamber Guardian, because I actually want to start activating that at some point. I think that we're clear to do some trades, because we get to do some pretty sweet trades here. He doesn't have reach, so blocking the Hellkite is going to be a little bit of a pain. Anything else that he blocks will either just naturally die. Like, so if he puts the 3/3 in front of like the Spellbreaker or the Crawl Harpooner, then it just naturally dies. If he blocks with one of the 4/4s, then we get to use the Skargan Hellkite to all right. So we're going to let these things happen. I'm going to activate this ability. We're going to target here and target our opponent. That's right. Forked Bolt on a dragon. Now, you have to put that +1/+1 counter on the dragon or you don't have that ability. So, I definitely did that. Yeah. There's the Crawl Harpooner. I was a little bit worried about that. I did mention it earlier that he could very well have Crawl Harpooner. They fight. They die. Yeah, the dragon's going to be a really, really good card. Oh my goodness. Barry's got jokes, y'all. He said if we foil out the deck, we have to watch it on a curved screen. Oh, you got jokes, Barry. You got jokes. Because the cards curl up with foil. No blocks. What is this thing? What is this? He used Thrash to make a beast? Like, am I going to lose my opportunity to activate this Growth Chamber Guardian? So, like, if he's thrashing to make a beast... I'm making him deal with this first. I'll take a Growth Chamber Guardian. This card's good, guys. Just get ready for it. Like, Growth Chamber Guardians... This card's really good. Foil 3D. You'd pump the crab dude. The elf crab warrior. I mean, I could have swung first and then like pumped after he declared blocks, but I don't think the opponent's like. I don't think he would do that. Oh, are we dead? The dragon's got riot flying, so yeah. Crawl Harpooner off the top. Let's do this. How would it have been better if we Carnage Tyrant last turn? So if we would have Carnage Tyrant, we wouldn't have done any damage. Like, the fact is like, whoever pulls Rhythm Wild seems to win. And now he gets to swing for lethal. Or GG. Oh, he doesn't swing for lethal here. And then we're just dead in the air. GG. GG. Womp womp womp. This is why he wasn't a fan swinging with anything but Hellkite. Lost field presence really quick. Fair enough, Mr. Toston. Alright, so that's the Gruul deck. We got a couple pretty sweet games in with the Gruul deck. It looks like it's going to be pretty broken. Like, overall, what do you guys think about Gruul? As like, you're going to see plenty of Gruul today, okay, guys? I promise. Every streamer that is trying hard is going... And I'm not telling the streamers tryhards, because we're all tryhards. We all want to win here, right? But everybody's going to be playing Gruul. Gruul is... It's going to be pretty broken. Like, just flat out, it's going to be pretty broken. But we've got a ton of decks that have Rhythm of the Wild in them, and we'll get into those in just a few. As of right now, we've still got Azorius, we've got Simic, and we got Orzhov left to play. So I am going to go refill the coffee cup, and we're going to come back, and we're going to get into Orzhov, and we'll see you in about 3 minutes. So I will leave you guys with. I don't have the music. I started closing everything out, trying to fix the stream when everyone was saying they were having problems, and then I've got other people saying nope, we're good. So maybe it's Wi-Fi, maybe it's Maybelline, who knows? But I'm gonna leave you guys with some music. We'll go with some Life and Death of Kirby. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Alright, so you guys want to see some Orzhov, huh? Alright, chat seems to want to play some Orzhov. Again, I want to do the guild, so I assume you guys want the Orzhov. Where's it at? The Orzhov Afterlife? Orzhov Visitation? There's some Afterlife in the Orzhov Visitation deck. I mean, we got Seraph of the Scales, we've got some Tesas, you know, Tithe Taker, History of Benalia. It's a Divine Visitation deck, but you know, we got some Afterlife things going on in it. Now, this is not particularly how I would build a Divine Visitation normally. I really just wanted to showcase the Afterlife mechanic, so we can play a little bit. Hold up, do I see a Petitioner deck? Yes, there is a Petitioner deck. There is a Petitioner deck. If you guys want to check out all the different decks I have available for you guys as of right now, there's a link in the description box below. We do have 29 decks available for play that I have pieced together. Do I think they're the best builds in the world? No, but they're enough to get us started, enough to have some fun with, and give us some ideas to brew with in the upcoming months. So, as of right now, though, we'll jump into this Orzhov Visitation deck, and then later, if you guys stick around, we'll actually go see a real Visitation deck. You guys want to peek at that right now? What I call a real Visitation deck. This is Mardu Visitation. All right. So with Divine Visitation, most of you have heard me talk about this card in the past. I don't believe you should play this if you don't have a way to make a token the turn that it comes out. So we've got a couple ways to do that. We've got cards like Legion War Leader. We've got cards like Legion War Boss to help give us some tokens the turn that Divine Visitation comes out. We have Elinger the Dusk Rose in this particular version, Tithe Taker, Tocatli Honor Guard. Nothing in this deck has an Enter the Battlefield trigger, so we get to run Tocatli Honor Guard, that sort of thing. We got Pitiless Pontiff to be able to sacrifice creatures, which means that we get to run Judith, which all of this looks like it would be fairly sweet, right? So I do have a cool little, you know, Orzhov Visitation deck. Even got a one-of Revival Revenge in here so that we can play around with that particular card. I think that card's going to be really good for bringing back cards like Midnight Reaper and Resplendent Angel. Maybe we just need to get a Legion War Boss back or something like that. So this is my build for Divine Visitation. No, it doesn't have a ton of Afterlife in the deck, but it's my build for Divine Visitation. And since, you know, tokens are going to have Vigilance and Lifelink from Teysa, yeah, I figured that the Resplendent Angel felt really good in here. We also got, you know, Lyra for a little bit of backup. So, but for right now, we are going to be sticking with the guild. So I am going to play the Orzhov version. Just know I think that 3-color is a better version. I have no sideboards built for any of these. Why no Eldest in these decks? Didn't believe I needed another 5-mana enchantment. I don't know. Yes, it also doubles the Elinger count triggers. Yes, Teysa is going to be really, really good for our death triggers. You know, a creature dying, we get triggers off of Plaguecrafter's got Enter the Battlefield trigger, but we get additional triggers off of the Midnight Reaper and things like that. So let's jump into Orzhov. We'll go play that and see how it works. So play Orzhov, not the vampires. Vampires is just too mean. Can't play vampires. Where's the Orzhov Visitation deck? I've got an Orzhov Lifelink deck as well, so you gotta out one of these Open the Graves. Open the Graves. Tomorrow we'll earn a new deck. We don't get this account tomorrow. Account is gone today. Open the Graves, huh? Alright. Like, Open the Graves could be interesting. OP Gaming TV. Alright, OP Gaming. Good luck to you, sir. Remember, all of our opponents should be streaming or at least recording videos, things of that nature. We do get to go turn 1 land, turn 2 tap land, turn 3 History of Benalia. It's not the greatest play. We could just turn 1 the Memorial and turn 2 Legion's Landing. Seems a little bit slower though, right? I'm still going to keep the hand. I mean, it's hard to give up a hand that has the History of Benalia. You know, so yeah. Spend all your gems. I highly expected to. Like I said, you know, we're gonna have a couple games where, yeah, I think I'm just going with the Legion's Landing on 1 here. It allows me to get in for an additional point of damage on 2. So we'll see where it goes. Yeah, it's not the greatest hand in the world, but I agree with you, Mr. Tolston. It's a keepable hand. Yeah. I think Memorial belongs in these lists. So yeah, another Legion's Landing. I could just play that. Seems bad, but I think I'm going to. Are you sure? This thing is legendary. Are you sure you want to play it? Yep, I think we are. I mean, it makes use of our turn 2. So the opponent's on Hollowed Fountain here. We've also got a Sarkhan's Unsealing deck we're gonna be playing a little bit later today. We've got the account till until 2 o'clock in the morning. So originally we were gonna do, you know, a whole bunch of small. Oh man, come on, opponent. So there goes History of Benalia. Originally where I was going to do like 4 3-hour streams, but doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get away with that. Alright, back to you, opponent. Oh, is the song is the song too loud? Oh, I never turned it back down. My bad. My bad. Let me know if that's too loud, guys. Another Thought Erasure. Okay. See what you're doing here, opponent. I see what you're doing. Well, take 2. I ain't scared. I'll swing for 2. Bet you won't Thought Erasure me again. So if I swing right now and he settles me, I'll never flip this Legion's Landing. Like, it feels like the smarter play is to not swing, but I think he just has like cast down. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, I'm just going to pass the turn here. Revitalize, he gains 3. Tapped land. So we will move to end step. I don't want to go beyond. Is he counting? Is he looking at destroying something now? What are you wanting to do here, opponent? Alright, so I'm definitely going to make a couple bodies. We'll go to our turn. Play Isolated Chapel. All out swing. We'll transform the Legion's Landing. He's going to murder something. Okay. Legion's Landing flips. We'll do our 3 points of damage. We'll put up our Pitiless Pontiff, and we can still make a token. He won't settle for 3 or 4. Probably right. It might have been right for him to settle to keep us from making flipping a Danto though. So yeah, he wasted the murder, but like allowing us to flip a Danto could have been a boo boo. We don't know. It just depends on what he's got going on over there, but that could have been very bad for him to flip it. Ooh, Scorpion. Get out of here, Scorpion. Get out of here. Like, he could kill this Pitiless Pontiff that we can give indestructible if I make a token here at end of turn. I think it's worth it to still make the token. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and make the token. But again, we could be opening our Pitiless Pontiff up for murder here. Looks like we're going to get there. I mean, I really want to just try to play the Alindra. Alindra resolves. Vraska's Contempt on Alindra. I'm just going to sack Alindra. I mean, we get 1 vampire out of it. He doesn't gain life out of it. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, just the fact that he doesn't gain the life is fairly beneficial. I am waiting for a board sweeper here. So I thought about that, like sacking a couple, but then you're losing damage on that turn, and I don't think that losing damage on that particular turn was exactly where we wanted to be. Looks like our opponent was needing some type of wrath effect in order to be able to fight back there, so just didn't have it. All right, back to more Orzhov Visitation. Yes, Alindra's got a sexy black rose animation. Absolutely. We're starting to play with cards that we've all known were really good cards, and now we have reasons to play with them. Like the fact that it could be for Alindra seems great. And this looks like a horrible hand, right? I should just mulligan this, right? No way. No way. This hand looks great. We'll just enter tap. Man, if we'd had a Legion's Landing there, instead of like the second Tithe Taker, oh, it would have been great. And if Tithe Taker would have been a knight, ooh. Alright, so it looks like we've got a little bit of a Simic deck going on here. Master of Magics, Abby. Good luck to you, Abby. Good luck to you. So I'm going to pay some life. I'm going to throw this down with only the fear of Spell Pierce, because this will make like scatter or negate cost more. So no fear of Spell Pierce there. Stream too slow for sarcasm don't scare you like that. Like, why would you keep that hand? Why would you not keep that hand? That hand's great. Yeah, there's no way in the world I would get rid of that hand. That hand was terrific. Growth Spiral. He's ramping. He's ramping. Well, he's drawing cards. We don't know if he's ramping or not. Do you have a land you get to throw down? Are you about to tell me how land screwed you are? Okay, does have a land. Incubation Druid. Seems good. Man, a land would have been nice. We could have played Teysa Karlov. Would have been nice. But you know what? Second History of Benalia seems fine to me. I'm going to all-out attack here. So the double history draw seems pretty good too. Not sure Spell Pierce. Quench is a thing. Not just Spell Pierce. Well, okay, so the reason I was saying Spell Pierce is because Tithe Taker meant that Quench wasn't on the table, right? He only had 2 mana available. It needs 3 to be able to cast a Quench. Essence Scatter, Negate, any of those. The only thing that was actually on the table at that time was Spell Pierce. So, as far as being able to stop our History of Benalia play. Wow, we had the history play. He had the triple Incubation Druid play. Well, still just gonna get in there. This deck's wheelchair accessible with all those ramps. Yeah. Problem when you run a deck full of dorks is you end up with some dorks. Like there's going to be those games where you got nothing but a bunch of dorks in your hands. Hey, we got a pack. You know, we want a pack. Let's crack our first pack of the new set. Ready? This is it. The first pack of the new set right here. Boom. What did we get? Gateway Plaza, High Alert, yada yada yada. Flames of the Raised Boar. 20 gems. Alright. Do want to point this out. For this next season, if you get a 4th copy of any rare, or sorry, a 5th copy. This is how they're fixing the fifth copy issue. If you get a 5th copy of a rare, you're going to get 20 gems for that. You'll see the rare symbol here. I can't point at it because like I'll move, but the little rare symbol at the bottom of the card here. So if you have 4 copies of a particular rare already, you'll just get 20 gems. If it is a mythic, you'll get 40 gems for that. Now, if you're drafting, you'll still be able to draft 5th copies, and then at the end of the draft, all 5th copies will be put into gems. Now, commons and uncommons will still go towards your vault. So if you have the vault, you'll it'll still slowly unlock the vault. Like you'll get like maybe 1 vault a year, right? And, so commons and uncommons, we're not really worried about hitting the 5th copies of those. But this is a really good. Like I like what they've done here with this. As far as if you already have 4 copies of a card in a set, you're not supposed to be able to even pull that set, right? You're not even, not even supposed to be able to pull that card. So until you have 4 copies of all rares and mythics, you should not see these. And then once you have filled up your set, then you'll start to see additional gems. This should allow us all to complete our sets much quicker. So thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for that one. That is I'm going to word it like this. That's an acceptable fix, in my opinion. I would have rather have had a wild card for my rares. Like I'd rather just had a rare wild card. But 20 gems, 40 gems, those are acceptable. I'm glad we opened that pack. That was a really good point. Also, next season for ranked, we're going to be able to play best of 3. So I know some of you are really excited about that because you know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, best of 3 is going to die." And you know I'm not far off that boat myself. I'm a little bit worried about best of 3, but I think Wizards is kind of somewhere in that area right now where they want to see just where this best of 1 thing goes, where best of 1 fits in at. A lot of people seem to like the quick draft idea, the best of 1 drafts. Most people seem to hate competitive best of 1. So you know we may see you know competitive Magic stick around on the best of 3. This is still a fine hand. I mean, it ain't the double history. This is nowhere near the power level of what we played last turn, but it's still an acceptable hand. So yeah, I mean we're gonna see things happen with the history decks and or not history, but with best of 1 and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see where things go. He's got a combined guild mage. What? Each turn, like I guess he wants to put additional +1/+1 counters. He bit me. He bit me. You know, rabid little merfolk. I'm just gonna play history. Might as well get in for the 1 point of damage. These spirits look pretty cool. Like, check out that spirit token, right? I want that in foil. Man, that would look so good. I can just foil out the bright parts, right? So that it'd be shining behind this very dark looking spirit here. Black-white spirits. Charlie bit me. I love that video. Alright, so we've got a lot of things we can do this turn. So I'm just going to play Isolated Chapel. I'm going to go ahead and swing. So we're in a really good spot here. We want him to block this. He's wanting to keep this because apparently he wants to spend 2 mana and tap this and play some other stuff. So I am going to play the Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I am also going to play Tithe Taker. And then next turn we get to hit Divine Visitation. Yeah. The reason I played Tithe Taker over Haunted Witness is because I don't expect him to have a ton of mana left over to be able to do anything with next turn, and Tithe Taker will hinder that even more. Ooh, we got the Divine Visitation Dawn of Hope combo here. So we'll go ahead and play our Divine Visitation. Go next. I will swing. I will swing. I think we even get to swing with this too. So this does allow us to make a token the turn that... Well, he's going to do it for us. He's going to do it for us. I'm okay with that. Alright, so Afterlife 1 trigger. We get our 4/4 Angel. We could have also activated Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Yeah. Yeah. So Orzhov looks like it might be fairly mean too. Divine Visitation's a very powerful enchantment. So we're going to play one more game with it, and then we'll move on to either Simic or what else? What else we got? We've got Simic left, and we've got Azorius. We're going to play Azorius Flash. I was trying to like build something closer to the lines of the old Azorius or the historic Flash deck, if you guys remember that. Alright, well this is nowhere near the hand that we had the last few games. Almost mulliganable. I mean, we could Memorial on one, Swamp on two, and then we started getting into Pitiless Pontiff, but that's not actually that aggressive of a line. So, are we playing against Jim Davis? Oh, we're mulligan. Oh, we're straight up on the mulligan. Yeah. Yeah. We'll put that on the bottom. I didn't realize we were playing against Jim Davis. All right. Awesome. Well, good luck, Jim. I wish I would have had a better deck. I don't know if we're going to crush him or not. It is Jim Davis. Oh, what is this? Selesnya? Come on, Jim. Selesnya? It could be a 3 or like it could be a 10 color deck knowing him. Who knows? Incubation Druid. You hear that's a thing. Alright, so history. No attacks. No point. Hello, Jim. Vinemayor. Wow. Wow. It's a Vinemayor. We're going to go this route. Now, I know that we don't get to attack here. Jim's probably going to get real big on us real quick. Bant turns? I don't know. I don't know if he's playing Bant turns with Vinemayor, though. Does Rhythm of the Wild stack? Okay, so I don't think Rhythm of the Wild stacks, but Riot stacks. Alright, so Rhythm of Wild is a static effect. Creatures you control just have Riot, right? So one effect of this doing it, or you know, multiple effects, I don't think would. You got me, Jim. You got me. Good job, Jim. So that's a static effect, right? So Rhythm of the Wild itself doesn't stack, but as far as I know, doesn't stack. But the actual wow, really? So we play Type Taker. We could play Seraph. Ooh, look at that animation. That's pretty cool. I don't have mana to activate this thing. So I'm just going to see if he wants to trade here. Vinemayor. But anyway, so yeah, Rhythm of the Wild doesn't stack, but we're doing this now. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. So, Seraph of the Scales allows us to keep getting in the air. But we can't. I'm going this route because I can't block the white. I can't block the Vine Mare. Why didn't he have to sack a dude? Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature. You add. So is there some place I have to activate this? Jim, you got lucky, buddy, because you were supposed to sack a dude right there. You were supposed to sack a dude. You got real lucky. Real lucky. We're going to die to Shalai. Intercept. Why didn't this work? He didn't have Shalai yet. Now it's any number of target players, and I can't target him because he's got Shalai. So it's just, this game's over. Yeah. Did I target him? I didn't see an opportunity where I was supposed to, but maybe I was. Yeah. I get it. I didn't target him. I'm wondering where in Priest of the Forgotten God. Like, it's my first time ever tapping the creature, guys. Apparently there's somewhere in there I need to actually target our opponent. Lesson learned. Darn it, Jim. Woo. That's mean. All right, Jim. Turn them sideways. I'll scoop it up. You got me, Sir Davis. Yeah, apparently we were supposed to target him there. Ooh. I guess he just takes a Lindra? No, he's gonna get the Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I'm gonna play with this one more time. Alright, so target any number of players. Okay, so this is where I was supposed to target him. Alright, yeah. Okay. So it was right off the bat. Good game, Jim. Good game. Yeah. We're not beating Jim Davis here. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to happen. Anyway, valuable lesson learned there. So if you guys are going to play with that particular card, Priest of the Forgotten Gods, yeah. I was wondering what it was trying to get me to do there. So yeah, I definitely made a punt. Playing Jim Davis, I made a punt. Dang it! It was the fame. The fame got to me, right? Like, just so much awesome on one table. I just couldn't handle it. I just couldn't handle it. So yeah, this is Divine Visitation. I think it. Yeah, I got starstruck. There we go. Started punting. Look at me. Yeah. Divine Visitation, I think, again, I think that there's better ways to run this particular brew. But all in all, I like the Orzhov mechanics. I think that there's a lot going on there. Learned a valuable lesson with Priest of the Forgotten Gods. You know, you guys call it punt, I call it learning, right? You know, now not only will I not make that mistake, but you know, now that I've learned this mistake, all of you have also learned this mistake. So the good news is now none of us will do it, right? So yeah. All right. Moving on, we've got one last guild here in our Guild Wars. So we've got Azorius. No, we've got Simic. We've got 2 guilds left. We've still got Simic and Azorius Splash. So what do you guys want to see, Simic or Azorius Splash? Go tell Val who just beat me. I would if I knew that she had me a fresh pot of coffee on. Yeah, I just got crushed by Jim Davis because I'm an idiot. Otherwise, I would have been able to make him sack things and stuff like that. Azorius Splash. McFats is the first person to say anything. So, let's take a look at my idea of Azorius Splash, or the new version of historic, the historic deck. Alright, so we've got Karns, we've got Teferis, we've got Dovin. Alright, now I know a lot of you probably didn't want to, don't think that Dovin's like that good. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. I kept trying to find different places to put him. I put him in a whole bunch of different decks. I don't really know where you want to put him. I know you want some creatures out there to be able to take advantage of his +1 so that you can take advantage of his -7. But if you put him in the wrong kind of deck, you're going to look at 10 cards, and out of those 10 cards, you're just going to find a couple more like Thopters or something like that. So I wasn't really big on putting Dovin in a lot of the other decks. But I did put him here because this deck does make use of you know, a lot of artifacts and things like that. So we do have you know, Tithe Taker. We've got Karn, which will make artifacts. We've got History of Benalia, which is, you know, once we get our Wrath Compassion down, we can play like History at instant speed. We can play Karn at instant speed, Teferi at instant speed. As far as counter spells go, we got a couple Absorb in here. We have Spell Pierce. We've got Merfolk Trickster for like that weird creature thing. This is Sphinx, not historic. Okay. Fair enough. So we've also got, it's Azorius Splash. I named it Azorius Splash as the deck it comes from the old historic deck that we had back in Amonkhet, but we don't have all those cards anymore, so I updated it the best I could. And or back when these cards first come out in Dominaria. But Angel of Grace, wanted to try this card out and see how it does. It looks like it's going to be really good. We have some Deposed Deploys. Tap target creature, draw a card, or we can make some Thopters. The Thopters will help us with our Karn plan. They'll help us with you know, a lot of our plans here. They help with the Dovin thing. We've got Seal Ways and Quench. So basically just a, you know, basic deck. I did you know, end up with like looking at all the other decks. Most people are running 9 split lands, so an Azorius Guildgate made it in here. I wanted to try that. I may end up just pulling this out, but that's the Flash deck. Let's go from here. Where you at, Azorius Flash? In Bolus's clutches for Spice would be funny. Well, you know, if I was going to do that, I should have run the new card, the manipulation card. So yeah. Um, Great hanging out with you all. Got to get some blood work done. Hope to see me play Hooligans Grixis tonight on tomorrow's uploads. All right. I did save that deck, Tolston. If that's the one that you posted earlier, I guess I should click show on this. Nightbot's my only moderator. This seems keepable. It's not like the greatest hand in the world, but it isn't horrible. Keep it. Ooh, a healer hawk. Oh man, I'm gonna wish I had some settles, aren't I? A Danto Vanguard. Where's my Merfolk Tricksters? There's an Absorb. We'll need to play this other island though, if we want to be able to absorb. And I think we need to. I think that this is as good to stop as any other one drop he might have. However, this is turn 3 for him. He could easily like go land 2 drop. Yeah, I think that stopping the Sky March, because it's 2/1, is better than stopping a 1 drop here. So. So we can either go history or absorb. I think absorb buys us more time, and it'll negate a swing from Adanto. So absorb was pretty good here. Not even gonna lie, that was a pretty good absorb. Yeah. So now we're definitely on the history plan. He could have a counter for this. There could be like a quench or something like that. Doesn't look like it. All right. If he didn't counter history of Anaya, then I doubt we've got a lot coming. Another Vanguard. All right. I think I can take the hit here. This allows me to swing back for 2 points of damage. We're not really in a position where I can play Teferi yet. We're working on it though. We'll see if he wants to pay for these. So he's going to pay 8 life here. That's pretty sweet. Sky Marcher. All right. There's that guild gate. We don't exactly need the guild gate yet. We could play the guild gate. Play Teferi, uptick Teferi. See what we get. Drawing more cards seems good. That's a land. I didn't want a land. Well, the only thing I can really attack with here is the token. At me, at me, at me, at me, at me. So he gains 2 life. He goes back to 10. Let's draw a card. Seems pretty good. So we can instant speed this for 4. Kill both the healer hawks. We drew a card, so I can play a card this turn. Man. We're going to go no attacks. We will end the turn. Untap 2 lands. So now we have 6 mana available here, right? This means that we get to do some stuff, right? We get to do some stuff. All right, so he's going to attack. I'm going to Merfolk Trickster. He's going to scoop to the Merfolk Trickster. So the plan was we also make 2 Thopters as well. We get to eat an Adonto Vanguard, put a Tithe Taker in front of an Adonto Vanguard, and eat both of the Thopters, or eat both of the Healer Hawks, and he wouldn't have had a lot going on there. So it would have been, that was about to get very nightmarish for our opponent there. So far my little decks are performing okay, right? I think everything's going to need, some tweaking and things like that. But for day 1 of the new set, I'm so far so happy with how the decks are turning out. Again, these decks will need to be tested. We'll need to see where the power level's at, what people are playing, that type of thing. We'll have to let the meta start to define, so that we'll know what's playable versus what's not playable at all. This hand looks horrible. This hand looks better. I like that blue land on top. I've even got Cinder Vines in one of my decks, so we've got some sweet play there with that. But yeah, just play it out this way, pass the turn. A lot of people are trying the Simic builds. I've got 3 History of Benayas. I think we can get away with attempting one now. He didn't counter that. It didn't even put a hiccup there. He does not have counter spells in hand. Wow. Wilderness Reclamation. We're doing this. This is happening. This is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Bant Fog in the house. All right. Well, Bant Fog, I'm going to put you on a clock. A serious clock. Wow. He's got like 12 mana now. You get individual triggers for these at the end of turn. So he'll resolve 1 trigger, float this mana, resolve the 2nd trigger, and yeah, he's got like 15 mana per turn right now. Granted, 10 of it's locked behind instant speed, but yeah, he is trying to go off very early without thinning the deck very much. So likelihood of him being able to truly combo off might be slim. That's kind of one of the problems with the Nexus deck, is you need the game to kind of go a little bit longer before you attempt to combo off. As Let's check. Let's do the fog check. So this is like Todd Anderson's list from Star City Games. If you guys watch Star City Games, Todd Anderson built a no fog deck, and his no fog wilderness reclamation deck. The problem he had with it was he produced his mana too quick. He didn't have anything to do with the mana. He didn't have Nexus of Fates and things like that, and that's because you're not playing, your deck out. Like you're not taking the time to thin the deck out so that it increases the whiff possibilities on the deck, and I think that's probably more devastating than a lot of people have realized yet, because your deck's still so fat before you. That's right, you got a fat deck. You still got a fat deck when. I shouldn't have went there. Lord forgive me. Anyway. You still have a very, very, high concentration of non-Nexus cards in your deck, and that makes it harder and harder to go off. So that's one thing that I think about that we might need to think about before we start playing the Wilderness Reclamation decks and things like that. Is if you're trying to use Nexus, one of the things that makes Nexus good is its ability to thin its deck down to nothing left but Nexuses, or to the point where you're seeing so many cards that you can dig into a Nexus every single game. And I think that the Wilderness Reclamation mana engine might be too fast for Nexus of Fate. You may be able to produce too much mana to properly use in Nexus of Fate, and that's scary. That's a scary ass thought right there, right? You mean that people could produce more mana? So what are they going to do with this mana? They're going to find something to do with this mana. So I think these decks are going to shift a little bit, and we're going to see these decks, into using just bigger things. I expect Expansion Explosion, Electro Dominance, cards like that. So. I am going to keep the hand. The hand's not the greatest thing in the world without that second white source to turn on our histories. But worst case scenario, we set on a turn 3 Absorb, and if we hit any other land, we should be able to get into the turn 4 Wrath Compassion, assuming it's not our 1-of Guildgate. I will say that hitting a 1-of Guildgate right now would probably put me off of wanting to play with the Guildgate in the deck. But good things did ensue for us. I guess that's the right word. It may not be the right word. So he's Espa. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity. And then we can set back from here forward. A Thief of Sanity. All right. Right, more Omniscience decks. Well, if you've got Omniscience rolling, then you don't really... can we get away with... Can we sneak this in? Resolve. Resolve, damn you. No, don't you counter me. Oh! All right. I so wanted that. This could be good too, though, right? Do we just tuck this? Yeah, just little tuxies. He got us closer to Teferi. That's right. He got rid of those 3 cards that were on top of Teferi. Ouch! Opponent? That hood. Alright, so I'm just going to leave up Absorb here. And then we'll end the turn. So, alright. I mean, the opponent has cast a Syncopate Phyrexian Scriptures. How worried about that are we? Fairly worried, right? All right. Dodge board wipe, and we're okay, I think. Good game, opponent. Thanks for coming out, FF Freak. I lose to Jim Davis and crush everyone else. Oh, I'm gonna get mad about that all day. Jim Davis is one of the few streamers that I actually have listed on my channel. You know, fellow wizards and stuff. So, Thief is nuts. You know, Thief went down to the Thief. So, what'd you guys think about Azorius? Why do I keep clicking profile? I want to go to decks. What'd you guys think about the Azorius Flash deck? Everybody like that? Apex of Power. Oh man, if that was instant speed, I'm all about that. That seems good, right? I definitely think this is a good place to be with History of Benalia. All right. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I really think this is a really good place to be with History of Benalia. History of Benalia's got some other builds. You know, there's you know, the Boros aggro deck. I didn't even build a version of Boros aggro, but there's the Boros aggro decks and things like that. I do think that there's a lot of fun to be had here with you know, cards like Tithe Taker. We didn't get a chance to showcase Dovin Bond in this particular deck, but you know, we'll have Dovin Bond for some other decks later. We got a chance to see Absorb go off, you know, right? Like, we get to gain a little bit of life, we get to, you know, stop some things. It's a solid counter spell. I think there's going to be a lot of decks where you're still just going to want to run Sinister Sabotage. If you don't need the 3 life, then you really just want to see more cards. So the Surveil is just more important. We didn't really get to quench much. Spell Pierce, you know, we all know about that. Merfolk Trickster came in clutch against the Adanto Vanguards. Matter of fact, our opponent was just about to scoop to the Adanto Vanguard, or to the Merfolk Trickster play, and didn't even see the rest of what we had going on. Wrath Compassion, allowing us to, you know, play histories at instant speed, things like that. Those are going to be really great. We've seen Angel of Grace do her thing. We didn't get to see her enter the battlefield trigger or her exile trigger work, but that 5-mana Flash Angel doing work. Yeah. And then Deploy Depose. Seems like this is about the type of deck that you want to see this in. You know, being able to buy you some time. You know, having that kind of tempo game plan. I'm highly interested in this deck. We'll probably revisit this in the future with some different tweaks and things like that. So, all in all, though, this one was pretty good. So, all right. Next here, I'm gonna go to the Simic. I don't know what I'm doing. You see what you guys are watching? Someone who just has no clue what they're doing. All right, so I've got 2 Simic decks for you guys to pick from. You can choose for yourselves. I've got a Merfolk list that runs some of the new Merfolk. We're running Benthic Biomancer. Right, Benthic Biomancer is kind of the only new Merfolk in this deck, but Benthic Biomancer getting +1/1 counters from Deeproot Elite getting +1/+1 counters from cards like Jade Bearer. This is a very aggressive deck. There are other ways I could have built this. I just went with the Song of Freyalise, like 30 creature version of the deck. And it's just going to allow us to power out our deck. So, do I have a Gates Matters deck? No, I don't. I I didn't feel like spending the hours it was going to take to fix a mana base for the Gates Matters deck. So I didn't do it. I figured that I would be better justified by playing other or putting my time into easier constructed decks than a Gates Matters deck. So unfortunately, no, I did not make a Gates Matters deck. So sorry about that, Rodrigo. Now, this is just one of the tribal decks I put together. I do have Simic counters, which I think is much more powerful. We've seen decks like this, on Reddit for a couple weeks now. Everyone's saying that the Explorer package would be shifted over, the Wild Growth Walker, Merfolk Branch Walker, Jade Light Ranger, that this package would be shifted over to Simic to make use of cards like Incubation Druid. We get to make use of Growth Spiral, Simic Ascendancy, Hydroid Colossus. There is Simic Ascendancy here. We get Incubation Incongruity, which allows us to look at the top 5 cards of our library and put a creature card from among them into our hand, or it gives us a little bit of removal. So yeah. So we've got Land of War Elves. We've got Vivian Reed to help us dig into cards like Carnage Tyrant, things like that. So basically, this is like your Golgari deck minus Fine Finale and Chupacabra, minus the controlling side of those decks. This is just slightly more aggressive with a quicker finish. Yes, there is a copy of Simic Ascendancy here, so those options are available to us. Originally, I was trying all 4 copies of Hadana's Climb. I wanted to go into Simic, like at least 1 copy of Simic Ascendancy. Let's see if we can have that fun factor, right? I think that the Growth Spiral is a pretty sweet card, so I wanted to run that as well. So this is the Simic counters or Simic Explore deck I have for you guys. I hope you like it, and we're going to use it to look at some of the new Simic mechanics, Simic cards. There's not really any Adept in here. Personally, I don't think Adept itself is really great. There is Adept on the Incubation Druid. Yeah, that's Adept 3. But I don't think Adept's like just super good. So yeah. But the deck itself seems like it might be pretty legit. So let's play it. Simic counters, not Merfolk. Where's Simic counters? Merfolk jumped to the top of the list, right? Like pick me. I wanna go get under some peoples. Growth Spiral with Explorer sounds great. That was my thought, that there were other cards that I could have used in that slot. So wouldn't a Jim Davis rematch be a gift from above? I mean, we're going to be playing a lot of Magic today. The chances of running into him again are pretty fair, I would say. But you know what? Playing against old Thundermo is worth it as well. Let's do this. Thundermo. Now, Thundermo's he's a hard charger here, so we may be playing against like some Bant Fog. There's a number of things that could be going on. So I'm just going to start out with an island, and we'll see where this goes. Thundermo was really big on Bant Fog. Incubation Druid. Everybody on this card. Oh man, another Hadana's Climb. I don't know how good that is. Alright, well, I am just going to Wild Growth Walker here. Biomancer's Familiar. Looks like Thundermo is trying to activate his abilities for a little bit cheaper, so he can 3 mana activate this Incubation Druid. I mean, we can just enter Land Harbor here. It's the better land. We'll play Merfolk Branchwalker. Get some Explorer action going. Another Branchwalker on top. That seems fine because our turn 4 play could be Incubation Druid and a Branchwalker. I already have all my I already have lands for now, so that's fine. That's fine. Just leaving a Merfolk Branchwalker on top. Might as well swing for 2, right? Growth Spiral. Nice. I'm jealous. Yep. Look at that. Bant. How'd I know it? Thundermo, you're predictable, man. Like, there he goes. He has adapted. He has adapted. Now he'll be able to produce quite a bit of mana. Again, we are still going to stick to the plan here of Merfolk Branchwalker. Now I'm looking for that 5th land. Hydroid Christ. That's a pretty good card. That's a pretty good card. I think I'm going to graveyard it, though. It's not what I'm looking for right now. What are you doing, Thundermo? Let's do this. Come on. So next turn we can play Adana's Climb, put an additional counter on Wild Growth Walker. What is he looking at? Incubation Druid into activating the other Incubation Druid. Man, too many Hadana's Climb. That's okay though. Right, we'll just try to resolve this. Maybe it'll resolve. I'm putting the counter on the Druid. I could have played Vivian there, because the Druid still produces a mana of any color. I think I say no attacks here. And we just end the turn. Which feels bad. But we have so much mana for next turn. So he activates this. Or is he just he's just gonna put everything on a single creature? Thundermo could have some kind of combo thing on me here. Alright, so big, very big Incubation Druid. And then he can activate this Incubation Druid as well. So he uses this one to produce a green, then he uses the green, and he didn't do it. Why wouldn't he activate that? Why wouldn't he have used his mana? Hydroid crisis. That's a problem. That is a big problem. Drawing all of our Hadonus climbs are not the greatest thing in the world, though. Well, no. Oops. Oops. That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to produce mana to Vivian Reed to kill the Hydroid Crossus. How come every time I get against a big streamer I punt? Alright. There's definitely not a stardom factor here versus Thundermo. I like Thundermo and all, but I'm not in all. No attacks. Oh my god. I'm a good punter this morning. Well, we've played like 10 games, probably 15, almost 15 games already, and I've got 2 punts. So, welcome to Magic, right? Yeah, that was a straight misclick, and no way to go back on it. Like, just all right. So no blocks. I'll take the life. I don't know what he's got going on over there. Yeah. All right. So we're just gonna cast Vivian. Frilled Mystic. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I had my opportunity last turn. Didn't get there. All right. Well. What's the point of making other things bigger? No point in flipping this. I mean, there's not necessarily a point in not flipping it either, but we'll go no attacks. I guess we need to see if we can set up for a one-shot kill. Yeah, not getting the yeah, arena is all no take backsies. So yeah, that's a little brutal. Like, we had the open shot at being able to remove the Hydroid Crossus, like the turn that it come down. I made the misclick. We didn't remove it, and that opened up a window for him to do mean things. So, good job, Thundermo. Got me. Oh, wow. Raise Forerunners. That looks like fun. Everything gains trample. GG, Thundermo. GG. We block, and we die. Alright. Block, block, die. Yeah, Z will undo certain things, but Z only pretty much undoes mana abilities. And because I accidentally clicked adapt, because I seen the one was tapped for 1 mana, I didn't want to tap for 1 mana. I just instantly went for the other option, and I realized it was adapt, and I was like, no. But yeah, Z does undo quite a few things. So, let's get back into another game with Simic counters, and then we're gonna call it for the Guild Wars episode, or the episode of the show. Take a I'm gonna take about a 30-minute break or so, and we're gonna come back up. We're gonna do the other. Or the next show that we're gonna have, and that one's gonna be, you know, 3-color decks, jank decks. So if you guys want to see, you know, the Mardu Visitation, we're gonna be playing that I'm going to be playing Teamer Spells, which is a 1,000-Year Storm deck that I think you guys might enjoy. I've got a couple weird little decks that I just want to toy around with. We've got a Saprolings, a Jund Saprolings deck that should be a lot of fun. Sure, let's try it. So, a lot going on there. No breaks for you, Kilo. I'm not doing this 16 hours straight. I am not. I said that I would try to stream about 12 out of the 16 hours. We started streaming at 10, so we're already 30 minutes past the... yeah, we're just going to take the Merfolk Trickster. We're already 30 minutes past the 3-hour mark, so... Teamer Spells looks busted. Well, thank you. I did. I put a lot of work into that particular deck. It's a Wilderness Reclamation deck. Let's start seeing if we can get some lands. These Merfolk Branchwalkers should be... I want that, but I can't do anything without land, so I need the land. I don't want to spend next turn just playing Thematic Compass. Oh my goodness, somebody built Mardu Control. I'm so impressed. I almost built this deck. Like the parts to the deck, they just look like they're there. So I'm going to go with another Merfolk Branchwalker, because if we do hit a land off of it, we could hit the incubation off of playing that particular land. So hopefully we'll... There we go. So we still get into incubation here. Yeah, well, I mean, we just take a Hydroid Crosses. And then start getting in for some damage. Now, if we hit another land off the top, I think I'm just going to go Incubation Druid, Incubation Druid. Now I'm going to take my chances with trying to hit another land. She doesn't get me there. Like, this is just thinning my deck of creatures. Lano War Elves would go good with Incubation Druid next turn. I'll take the Lano. Even if we don't hit a land, see, we get to play Incubation Druid and play a Lano War Elves. So that's double dorks next turn. Which feels bad because I'm expecting a board wipe here. Like, this is the exact deck that you would run Spacebars next. I got you. Early in my arena gameplay, I made a lot of mistakes with that particular action, you know, just hitting spacebar. So I have, for better or worse, trained myself to not use the spacebar. Like, we're just not going there. So yeah. Like, this is a Chaos Wrath deck if I've ever seen one. It even had Cry of Carnium here. And he's getting ready to be able to flip the Thematic Compass. So definitely some stuff. Yeah. I mean, there's a Rakdos the Showstopper. He flipped a coin and killed my Incubation Druid. We get a Hadana's Climb. Isn't that just lovely? So if we cast this for 2, we gain a life draw card. Oh, looky. Hadana's Climb. How is that just like the worst card that we could possibly see half the time? Like, oh. Oh, look. It's an Angrath the Flame Chain. Rush has got to be loving this. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take your flyer. I'm just a little smacksies with the flyer. You ain't getting in with the Showstopper? How you not getting in with the Showstopper? What is wrong with you? Why wouldn't you turn that sideways? whatever opponent. Um, just because he doesn't want Angrath to die to Atlanta War Elf. That's the only reason he doesn't swing with the Rakdos Showstopper. Seems weak. Seems weak. We need to hit land, so I'm just gonna keep trying to draw a land. It's a 4-mana draw spell, if nothing else. Feels bad, right? Yeah. So the Simic deck is not impressing me as much as other decks were. Like, maybe Hadana's Climb's just not worth it. Get out of here. Let's dump another climb. Like, so we've got multiple Hadana's Climbs in the captive audience. What? Seems good, opponent. Ooh. I'm captivated. I am absolutely captivated. I don't want to discard my hand. Although my hand is crap, right? We're so screwed. Oh no. I tell you what, you guys, all of them sound horrible to me. All of them sound like we're gonna lose the game. So you pick. Do we give him zombies? Do we discard our hand, or do we go to 4 life? I'll get a couple seconds there for you guys to decide what we're gonna do. Give him the zombies. You can climb and flip it next turn. What does that do for us, Robbie? We are still dead. Zombies. That's 2 for zombies, 3 for zombies. Take some zombies. Jeez. Okay, well, we can Jade Light and Incubation Druid this turn. Alright, so Jade Light. Growth Spiral. We'd have to land for it to even be worth it. We're going to go to Graveyard with that. Graveyard with that as well. We'll go with the Incubation Druid. And no attacks. Druid and Climb. Okay. That could work. I mean, because he can just like I don't see a world where we come out of this. Alright, so next turn we got Carnage Tyrant, or we can Hydroid Colossus for 4, or we can Hadana's Climb. Like, okay, are we discarding the hand, or are we going to 4 life? We've got a draw. We don't know what it is. It could be anything. Four life and go back up to 12. How do we go? We only gain half that life. Oh, look. We found our lands. Alright, so he gets to, like, take our 5/5 now and beat us with it. You recover life with the Druid. I'm confused at how the Druid gives me life. I don't. You recover, like, how does the druid give me life? Recover life with the druid. I don't get it. Like this druid doesn't do anything for life gain. Like, I'm hoping you'll type something out for me of how I recover life with druid. Even if it was before playing Jade Light, I don't see how I recover life with the druid. All right, that's the Simic deck. So far, I'm not impressed. All right, so yeah, the Simic deck is not impressing me at all. Yeah, all right. So we've played Simic. We played Rakdos, but it was kind of, you know, the jank Judith. We've played the Azorius Flash. We have played. We've played all the guilds, right? Right, but the Druid only produces 1 mana, right? I can do that for you, Rush. That's all I've got built right now. I can move my camera there and there. Like, it's a little bit of work to. Oh, anyway. The Petitioners deck. Yeah, we're gonna play that as part of the jank session, which is the next one coming up. I am going to take a 30-minute break, and then we're going to get back to another 3 hours of streaming with the new cards, and then we're going to take about another 30-minute break, and then we're going to go to 3 hours of, like, or at least a couple hours of sealed. If I get bored in sealed, we may go back to playing with the decks and stuff like that. But we've got a ton of decks to play, a ton of strategies to toy around with. So, as always, you know, thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for, you know, sponsoring us here. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing with the sponsored content. So, yeah, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I'll come back. We'll do some more gaming, and we'll see you guys in about 30 minutes. So, we're gonna try to maximize this as much as we can without, like, this is my first stream that'll be more than 8 hours long, like, in a total in a day, and I'm trying to push like 12 to maybe 13, 14 hours out of it. We will see. We'll see. Either way, though, I've got some things to. I got some. Yeah, have a good lunch. Yeah, I've got homemade hot wings with Vanessa's homemade Frank's red hot sauce. Like, she makes this, like, vinegary red hot, like, wing sauce, buffalo wing sauce. Oh man! So I'm gonna go eat some chicken, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah. Yeah, Rush is like, I'm all for a day of streams. I've got nothing to do during the day, waiting on some people to drive around. All right, but yeah, I mean, at some point we'll play this mill deck. We'll see if it's possible. And I feel sorry for whoever we have to play against. If we win, it's gonna feel real bad for them. So, you go to 4 life with the enchantment. Then that was 8 mana, 4 life. With the first, and then go to. Well, very well, Lewis. Mr. Nunez, I think that might have been a viable line of play. I was digging for Carnage Tyrant, and things definitely got out of hand on me. I think we were dead long before that if he would have just started swinging with Recto Showstopper anyway. So yeah, like I think we were pretty dead anyway though. I do appreciate a way to get back to 12 life. We were taking a hit for a lot more than 12 there, so even 12 wasn't going to do it. So you're good, Lewis, or Nunez, whatever how you want to. That's yeah, you know I can't even say the other parts of your name. Anyway, I will tell her it sounds delicious. It is. Yeah, her homemade buffalo sauce is pretty good. So yeah, guys. I'm going to take that quick break. I will go ahead and post the time for the new stream to come back up. We're going to get some lunch, get something other than coffee in my stomach, and this way I might not be so hangry. I'm so hangry. And then we'll come back and we'll play some jank. All right, we got to toy around with the guilds. Now we're going to play some jank. So we'll see you guys soon, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you back here in about 30 minutes. So check the channel. I will be posting the uptime immediately. So, all right. Aw, for the Horde. I miss you too, sir. I know you can only show up during midday now, but, you know, we'll see how it works. Coffee fuels life. It does, it does. But I've already had about a pot today, so should probably like switch to some water or something like that. And I'm gonna be like just right here, man. Yeah. Anyway, jank. We'll be back in 30 minutes, man. We're just gonna take lunch and we'll be right back. So we'll see you guys soon. And back in a flash.